One of my favorite non-self-help books is a novel written by Henri Charrière, where he writes about his amazing adventures. The book is called Papillon because that was his nickname in the underworld. Papillon was born in 1906 in France, and at the age of 25 he was convicted for a murder he claims he did not do, and he was sent to a brutal penal colony in South America to do hard labor for life. He was allowed to socialize and spend time with other inmates there, but make no mistake, it was a brutal place as more than half of the prisoners there died of sickness, mistreatment or disease. If his story is really true, just imagine getting convicted for a crime you haven't committed. How would that make you feel? Anyway, at one point he got into a fight with another inmate there, and this time he actually killed someone. And as a punishment for that, now he was also sent to 8 years in solitary confinement in an isolation cell. He would be locked in a small cell without anything to read, without having contact with one single person, and absolutely nothing to do. Zero stimulation. The only thing he could do was to sit on a small block of cement in the corner of that tiny cell, spending time with his own thoughts for 8 years straight. Most people were not able to survive a punishment like that. Just imagine if someone would rob you of your best years and take 8 years away from your life, years that you would never ever get back. How angry wouldn't that make you? Well, guess what? This is exactly what the dopamine industrial complex is doing to you right now. Check this out. According to recent data, the average person is now spending 4.5 hours a day on his phone. So if you're 25 years old today, like Papillon was when he was convicted, and you're lucky enough to live to the old age of 85, that means you will spend 11.25 years on your phone. And that's just if you started at the age of 25. Papillon was robbed of 8 years of his life, where he was desperately trying to pass time. And the dopamine industrial complex has managed to put you in a digital prison just because you too want to pass time. Now, Papillon was so angry for being robbed of his best years, and he was very intelligent and clever, so he did actually manage to escape in the end, not from the solitary confinement, but after having gone through that, he managed to escape his lifetime sentence. And so now I'm asking you, are you really going to let the digital industrial complex rob you of your best years? The difference between Papillon and you is that it was extremely dangerous and difficult for him to escape, and he only succeeded that on his 9th attempt. You, on the other hand, is not in danger, and you have a much easier time to escape your digital prison. But I would argue it is almost as important for you to do that, because if you can't see it, let me spell it out to you. I don't know about you, but I sure as hell am not going to let anyone else rob me of my life, because that's what's happening here. Listen to this. If I were to ask you to tell me what exactly you spent your 4.5 hours of scrolling on yesterday, you wouldn't even be able to tell me because you wouldn't even remember it. So the sad part is, it just consumes your life without you even forming any memories out of it. This is so completely unlike living our life in real life, where we form connections to others and we form memories for life that we can then look back on when we're old. And so, when the time comes, what are you going to look back on if all you do is spend time in your digital prison? Why not do like Papillon and escape your digital prison? I hope this video gave you some food for thought, and if you want to check how much the dopamine industrial complex has already messed with your dopamine system, you can take my free dopamine quiz using the link below, because knowledge is a great way to start your great escape. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to watch my 4-part video series about what all those dopamine-driven adult websites can do to your brain. Because speaking of prison, those can really be a digital hellhole. Take a look right here and you'll see exactly what I mean.